Today I have a load of exciting changes and updates to share with you, and if you stick until the end of the video, you will get access to the Open Alpha Playtest and check out the game for yourself. If you're not a member of the Discord, you can join using the link in the description or the pinned comment. Members on my Discord server are the first ones to get notifications about updates, changes, and upcoming features. As always, if you enjoyed the game and you want to help me out, give this video a thumbs up and share the video with people who you think might enjoy it. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin. In the previous video, I talked about the addition of special blocks to the game board and described the next steps I was going to take in the course of development. Specifically, I mentioned that the upcoming features included item enchantments, the skill tree, and special enemies. I'm happy to announce that I've managed to complete all of those features and that you will get a chance to try them out for yourself. Let's go over each of the features one more time, this time in a bit more detail. Every item in the game, with the exception of common items, whether dropped during a dungeon or crafted, has a chance to be enchanted. The enchantments are chosen at random and their potency, much like the item attributes, follow a normal distribution. As expected, rarer items will have a higher chance of being enchanted and have a stronger enchantment. You can inspect items to see the effect of the enchantment, and once equipped, the top area of the inventory screen will show you what effects you have active. Experience points were given a purpose. Using your gathered experience points, you can purchase a variety of skills from the skill tree. Some skills will provide you with more starting moves, shuffle power-ups and bombs, while others will have a more significant impact on gameplay. For example, the Dead Hand skill will cause you to attack one more time for double damage when you are defeated, allowing you to secure an item drops that you were that close to getting. At the moment, the final skill, Prestige, will reset your progress without giving you any bonuses in return. Do not worry, this will change in the future and will provide a permanent bonus you can take with you in your subsequent playthroughs. Remember to occasionally check the skill tree to see if you can spend your XP. Throughout the game, you will encounter enemies that may require alternative strategies to defeat. These enemies have special abilities that affect the gameplay in some way. For example, the enemy with First Strike will attack you first. While it might seem like a minor inconvenience, this effect can be quite devastating when you realize that some of your preparation strategies are no longer effective. If the enemy defeats you, you do not get to attack them that turn, do not pass go, and do not collect $200. Enemies with the First Strike and Berserker abilities will both attack first and have a passive chance to attack you twice in one turn, making for an absolutely devastating combination requiring careful preparation. The final feature that was added in this update is an onboarding tutorial. When you first start the game, you will be greeted with instructions that explain the basic game mechanics. After that, you will be left on your own to explore and discover the other features of the game. You can always check the tutorial screens again by pressing the orange question mark on the screen. If you get lost or have questions, you can always ask them on the Discord server, which is just one click away. Aside from those major additions, many changes and tweaks concern the progression of the game to bring it more in line with a casual incremental game with high replayability value. The game is in general pretty grindy, but the progression does not feel inconsistent to a point where one enemy will be a breeze and the follow-up will be brutally difficult. In other words, the game difficulty increase is steep, but relatively smooth. You will encounter difficult enemies early on, and you will need to grind to reach the next one. With the help of enchantments, skills, and some strategy, you should be able to get through it. Last week, I got in touch with an indie mobile game publisher that specializes in incremental games. I will not reveal the name of the publisher, but if you're an avid incremental game player, you have probably played some of this publisher's games. The publisher let me know that before any decision is made, it is important for the game to be able to make money upon release. To demonstrate this ability, the game has to be interesting and fun enough to keep players coming back to play it. As such, I added detailed statistics and analytics to the game. As you play the game and discover what it has to offer, the game will keep track of your progress and send reports to Unity's analytics platform. If you click the statistics button in the inventory screen, you will be able to see all of the statistics the game tracks. This includes things like how many items you crafted, how much gold and experience you have earned, and even your average damage dealt per attack, which you can use to flex on other players on the Discord. I will use this data to find out where and why players quit the game, how long they play for, and how far they get so I can improve the player retention and the onboarding process. Additionally, the data will help me balance various aspects of the game progression to make the game more fun. I do not ask for or collect any personal information. In addition to the analytics, I added an Open Alpha feedback form you can fill out using the link available in the game. When you have played the game for a while, or if you decided to quit because you didn't enjoy it, please consider filling out the form, as it will greatly help me decide what course of action to take to improve it. The form is short and should take about 5 minutes to fill out, but will help me immensely. Aside from player retention improvements, I have been brewing a massive overhaul to the puzzle minigame that is designed to make gameplay more interesting and strategic. I have recently stumbled upon a few games that do the puzzle battle mechanic better than the one I have currently. After playing one of these games for a bit, I have decided to overhaul my current block puzzle to be similar to the one in that game. The crafting mechanic, however, will remain and be the selling point that sets my game apart from the rest of the games of this genre. As for the changes I'm going to make, they are as follows. The block puzzle will see quite a few major changes to the way it is played. Instead of different colors dealing different amounts of damage, with some being special blocks containing power-ups, blocks will be divided into 2 categories: damage blocks and special blocks. Damage blocks will be further broken into 4 types: earth, air, water, and fire. Every damage block will deal the same amount of damage based on the weapon you have equipped. However, some elemental block types will be more or less effective against certain enemies. For example, water blocks will deal extra damage to fire type enemies, while earth type enemies will be less susceptible to fire block damage. Air beats earth beats water, water beats fire, and fire beats air. Special blocks will be scattered throughout the board like any other block, but will not deal any damage. Instead, they will provide certain bonuses to the player. The potion block will heal the player, the gold block will give player extra gold, and the armor block will repair the player's armor, which brings me to the other changes. Aside from the puzzle minigame, changes to the way equipment works will overhaul the way the game is played as well. Instead of strength, agility, and intelligence attributes, the items will have a damage, health, and armor values. As expected, weapons will primarily deal damage, while armor pieces will primarily provide armor and health. The miscellaneous slot will act the same way it does now, allowing you to equip either a shield for an extra armor/health bonus, or a second weapon for extra damage. Armor will work by reducing the damage dealt to your health during battles. The damage it absorbs will use up the shield. Once you run out of shields, all damage will be dealt straight to your health. The shield power-up will allow you to repair your shield so it can continue blocking damage. The crafting mechanic and enchantments will remain, although the effects might change to be better fitting for the new mechanics. The most impactful change to items, however, is the addition of item upgrades. Each item in the game will have the option to be upgraded, which will increase the stats of the item in exchange for some gold. Along with crafting, the upgrade mechanic will allow players to beef up items that they are not currently grinding drops for. This way, players will eventually be able to become more and more powerful, even if the RNG odds are not in their favor and they don't get the item drop that they want. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video. As promised, you're invited to participate in the Open Alpha Playtest for the new game. The playtest is being conducted on itch.io using a WebGL build of the game, and it can be played on any platform that supports it. To play the game, click the link in the description or the top comment. You can provide feedback using the Provide Alpha Feedback link in the game menu and have further discussions on the Discord server. I hope to see you there. Have fun!